because I had some thoughts here. So happiness is a problem, chapter 2. So you start with the prince. Exactly, start with the prince, which is at the end Buddha, and I ask you, what's the analogy of what's the analogy with the author wants to bring here with the prince Buddha, and the suffering, non-suffering, having everything, being protected from everything. So suffering's everything, in everything. Mm-hmm. 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 There is a quote. Yes, there is a quote that says, "Life itself," in the book. I didn't quote. "Life itself is a form of suffering," and I found that very interesting because a lot of people I know say that actually. Life itself is. And it's like, oh my God, you're so negative. But I understand. It's like chaos. To have order, you need chaos, right? You need like the chaos in order. To have order, you need chaos. So definitely, suffering is something that is in everything, right? So it's in everything, and it's inevitable. Like they say, pain and loss is inevitable. Um, so you know, is this possible to live like this? Just like it is what it is, accept it. What do you think that the book is telling us to do? Let's say with this. Mm-hmm. 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 Pearls. Mm-hmm. Pearls. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. To end the so suffering exists. Path to end suffering. The path itself. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ah. Mm-hmm. I can live with the. Mm-hmm. With the suffering. Mm-hmm. Pearls. The four pearls of Buddhism. So it's not so out of place or crazy that this the Buddha came in here, right? It came in into this. Mhm. 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 Buddhism talk. Yeah. Mhm. 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 And there's levels of the suffering, levels of problems, but everybody, everywhere, there will be I will just make a side note because I really liked this one. I'm not sure if you remember. There's a part right in the beginning of the happiness is a problem. I got all emo about everything. I love it because emo comes from emotional, but it's emo is also a genre of music, and we say it's you're emo. You're so emo. I like that part. And then obviously comes here the panda, which I the disappoint. Mhm. What the superhero and okay. See, I liked this part. Why do you think it would be necessary to have a superhero that is harsh with people, tell them the truth? Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. Yes, of course, of course. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Monk, the monk, right? Mm-hmm. 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 Exactly, exactly. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly. There comes the sort of the way to the you. There's no running away. There's no denial of problems because problems. Let me see if I have here. Life is essentially an endless series of problems, right? So the happiness comes from solving the problems, right? And that's to solve, and that's where the panda comes in too. Uh, just go back a little bit, but I liked the psychological pain is the indication of something like out of balance, of something like I like that idea of comparison of the physical pain and the psychological pain. You know your limit when it's physical because you hit your toe, your hand or something. It's like whoo, wake up. But the physical one. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The denial and the one that puts the things on the victim, exactly, the victim. Puts a little bit more transfers a little bit more of the responsibility or the guilt to others, right? To other So we found. Mhm. Oh yes, I do too. Mm-hmm. I know more. What was the? Let me see here. The exact word was victim. Mm-hmm. Where did it? You have. Let's see. Yeah, the Gabrielle. So, you know what? I think I've actually the victim mentality. I think I've actually have sang that to probably a friend when they were sharing their things, or I thought about it. Maybe I didn't sing, but I think I probably around me I would have probably more victim mentality type people than denial, victim mentality than denial, but I'm not one or the other type. I don't think I'm one or the other. And sometimes the victim mentality is very draining because when you have friends or family and you try to I don't know hear them, but also oh you could do this, you could do that. Maybe the problem is this, or not the problem, but maybe and you're like superhero panda. right? Sort of, and it doesn't connect. They will find some other way to not deal, resolve, or solve, right? Um, and it can be draining, can be a little bit draining. Mm-hmm. 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 Exactly. Mm-hmm. To mm-hmm. 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 And how you deal with him if you're more in the denial? It's we have the fight or flight mode, right? We call it fight or flight mode, right? Um, I think I'm probably fight or flight mode. Uh, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's exactly what you said. It's to fight or run, right? So it's fight or flight mode. I probably would have a bit of more of a fight mode. I think. So you started analyzing a little bit more, and in some cases, sometimes you have more this denial. Mm-hmm. Just some specific subjects. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, I think I started. I think maybe over time, definitely the fight and the pull the bull by its horns, type of thing. But maybe with some subjects that can be too harsh to handle or too exhausting or I don't know, brings other things, right? I start like sort of ignoring, maybe not in denial that they exist or I should resolve or somebody should speak about it or resolve, but more in the not now. Mm-hmm. 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 And here it says we found the secret. So the secret is to solve problems. So that's where we find the happiness, right? To solve problems. Um, and for that, we have to, so it's sort of like choose your struggle. What pain do you want, right? What pain do you want in your life? Um, and I really like, yes, yes, overrated. Mm hmm. 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 A dog treadmill, exactly. Do you think this also has to do with our it was here where the constant dissatisfaction, very in constant dissatisfaction is very natural of human beings, right? Mm-hmm. But Eve satisfaction, exactly. um But even I think I understood that you have that always dissatisfaction, always trying to look for the challenge, the happiness, the feel happy moment. But that's not that is that is not it's not that it's not achievable. It's you have to look at it in a different perspective. So if you'll never be check all the boxes, right? Because life brings problems to solve and resolve. You have a lot of money, okay, cool, but then maybe that creates something else, and then you have that check. You can't, it's not always about checking everything and then being fully happy, because that's not what's going to happen. So if you have a more acceptance approach, that I think I have here, the path to happiness is a path full of shit heaps and shame. So it's exactly. And I really like this is, yeah. I used to say a lot, like, life. It's not life is shit. It just has a lot of shit. It's a lot of things happen, and it will be like that. It's I don't know. I used to think it's a more realistic view. It's and I like to be happy, and I like to chase happiness. But my chase of happiness is sort of I don't know, being happy every day with and surviving and trying to resolve things, that my drama, not other people's drama. I don't, my own things, and try to resolve well. That's why I try not to get stuck on things. When you have like a bad or argument or discussion or something happen outside, not even so important. I'm go like, fuck that. That already, it's done. Tomorrow's another day, and that's, can't linger on it. Mm-hmm. 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 Exactly. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Exactly. I finished with in this chapter. I finished with sort of like no pain, no gain. No pain, no gain, and you know, yeah, no. Mm-hmm. Yes, and we have our chapter. Yes, yes, an uproar like spirial. Exactly, exactly, exactly. And we go on to chapter 3, which is you're not special. Uh, yes, you're not special. Yes, you're not so special. That's special. This one, it will be a good one for me.